Mr. Ravi has talked about so much about the interoperability. Rupen has also talked about interoperability and FHIR. So I'm going to talk about the data exchange using the export FHIR and convert FHIR. Okay, so I'll also start with some interoperability stuff. So it's it is just like data is at one place. I see the what interoperability means is like, let's say Mr. Ravi has talked about they are transferring the Aster one hospital and Aster second hospital, and there is in between there is an interoperability system is sitting and talking with these two hospitals, right? So just imagine, it's not Aster. Let's connect with multiple hospitals. Like Aster is communicating to Apollo, Apollo is communicating to Fortis, right? So let's say there has been some serious patient we are having in, let's say, in Apollo, and doctor is treating, and doctor is saying, no, we need some other doctors, those who are sitting in the Fortis, and they can communicate. But how they will communicate right now? They will communicate using the phone, like this is happening in the patient, and that is happening like this only. They can communicate right now, right? But if just think about the interoperability system, if it is there between these two hospitals, then communication is like it is way more easier, right, to between the doctors, and we can save so many lives into that. So that's what I see, the interoperability makes an impact in the healthcare market and healthcare industries. Okay, so again, it's same goes for insurance companies, like payers to payers communication, payers to patient communication. And this communication is it is way more easier when we will have the interoperability system. Now, how we will implement the interoperability system between two hospitals, between two entities, between two payers? We should have some standards, right? So that is where comes FHIR and HL7, right? So if we are having some standards, then we can achieve this easily, uh, um, using some secure channel, correct? Okay, so I'll go to next slide. It will talk about the peer-to-peer data exchange. It's what it does. Like actually I see the it reduces the burden of the administrative um, people, and it is sharing data between each other, like payers to payer, payers to patient, payers to hospitals, hospitals to payers. It is also empowering the patient, and it is also enabling the coordination of care and patient care people and the patient, correct? I'll just give the one real time use case. It can happen with anyone. Like, let's say someone's father and mother is in their hometown, and his son is staying in Bangalore or somewhere else, and he is having some heart attack or something in the village. And then doctors, maybe some doctors had seen in the in his village, right? So the doctors cannot communicate when it will come to the big hospitals. They, like, what medications that doctors has given, there only interoperability makes an impact over there. Okay, he is coming from the Patna Apollo hospitals, and he's coming to the Bangalore Narayana healthcare. So their interoperability system will makes an impact that, okay, this particular patient is this particular patient had this particular medications and this particular procedures, and now they have come to the Narayana health, so they will come and see it, like what is happening with him, okay? So that's what I keep telling, interoperability system is making an impact, right? So this is about the real time scenario, real time use case we are having between the patient and the multiple entities. Okay, so Let's go to the what problem we are having in the current healthcare industry. So our data is very much fragmented between the multiple entities, like let's say in the hospital, in the hospitals, in the insurance companies, and in the pharmacy, in the diagnostic labs, all where your data is there. But when doctor wants to see it, then you have to take a pen and paper and sorry, not pen, paper, and take you to the doctor, and then they will see it, right? So if interoperability will be there, then they can see any time, right? So these things. So, and again, it is hindering the optimal care, right? So if data is fragmented, then obviously it is care will be little less, how we want to, correct? So again, it is same data is filed within the separate stakeholder system. What it means is like your data is with one insurance company, and then if you are moving to the another insurance company, then previous insurance company data, they cannot see. They have to go with again and again each and every procedure, like again you are going with the health checkup and all everything, right? So if data will be enabled to see to everyone over the consent, then it is very easy to move from one entity to another entity, right? So and and if you are maintaining your data in multiple entities, like hospitals, insurance, or everywhere, then it is very expensive to maintain that server also, right? So so that's what we are having there. We can do the data exchange using the interoperability and export FHIR. So I'll talk technically also. We had enough talk about the theoretically, like what is FHIR, and I'll show that how the lab data looks like, how the patient data looks like. I'll show everything here. Okay, so what we need to do that, what payers has to do that. So they will receive the member data, then they will produce new health plan, then again send the member data. I'll come to this part in details later, but before that, we'll go to the next slide. Okay, so if you can see that what we have to do technically, we have to create the health data service workspace in Azure portal, and then you can deploy your FHIR service, and you can configure your import. Okay, and you are good to go with your data exchange. Definitely, if we will have the um, definitely we need to do these things in the very secure channel, because data is very much private to the patient, right? So let's go and create the health data service workspace in Azure portal. Okay, so I hope you all are able to see my Azure portal over here. So you can see here, this is my Azure portal, and you can search here health data service workspace, and you can go to the workspace, and you just click on create. I've already created a workspace for the POCs, but I'll show that. You select your subscriptions over here, then you select your resource group. If you want to create new resource group, then you can create it, but I'll just use that this one. Then workspace name, you can give anything, any useful name, whatever you want. Let's say I'm saying geeky demo fire dy. Okay, so it will check if it is available or not. You can select your reason, and then you just do the review plus create. Okay, and that's it. You just create it. Okay, and that's it. It is done. The healthcare workspace is done now. Okay, so I'll show the how it looks like healthcare workspace. Let's go to the whatever I created for the demo. So it's a GeekyFire Health Data Service Workspace. You can see here we are having here three services which I have talked about, the FHIR service, right? So if you're clicking over here, then you will have an option to create the FHIR service. It is also very easy to create it. Just click on plus icon, and you can give the some useful name, like I'm giving geeky demo FHIR service, and it please select your FHIR version. Like currently we are having available STU3 and R4. You can select R4 and just do the review plus create. Okay, and just create it, and it will create your FHIR resources without, I think it will take 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. Um, so that is why I've created all the thing in place, so it will I will not waste time over here. So you can see here, in FHIR service we are having a Geeky Healthcare. You can click on Geeky Healthcare. This is your FHIR service. This is where, and this is your FHIR server. This is where you are saving the data, and this is why where you do so many things. Like if you having data in one place, then you can enable the AI, you can enable the um, um, data analysis and all, right? So you can do anything. You can do the reporting in the CRMs. You can do you can share data to the Synapse. You can share data to the AI platforms. Correct. So this is your URL now. Okay, so you can just hit this URL and you will see your metadata over here. And if you are seeing this metadata, then you are up with the FHIR server. That's cool, right? So um, let's go to the FHIR server, and then what you need to do, you need to configure export before. But before going to configure export, I just want to show the how labs data looks like, how patient data looks like in the FHIR in HL7 format. That I'll show in the Postman. I hope my Postman is up. Yes. So I have created some secure channel over here. So I'll just create some latest token. So this is the token we are having, and I'm written some internal scripts to the Postman to refer all the token information to all these APIs. Okay, so let's see the patients, like how the patient look like. Okay, so see, I've referred the geeky auth token. So let's say I will show how the patient data looks like. So this is how, what is the type of resource type I'm using. This is the patient resource type, and this is the our identifier sections. How we are saving it name. Let's say Abhishek Anand. I'm saving with the Peter James, and the family name is Chalmers. And there is the telecom section, like home phone, and then the gender, then birth date, and then there is address. Okay, and this is the contact and contacts address. And then what organization it is, this is what the entity I'm talking about. Like this entity is from any organization it can be, right? So this is dummy ID, which is one. Okay, so let's create the patient over here, and I'll use the post operations. Just send it. It'll take some time. Okay, it's good. It has been created. Cool. So the data has been created over here. So I'll just go through with the multiple uh, um, API nodes. Okay, so sure. So I'm going to create one organization right now. So this is the data we have captured from the HL7 website, and I'm going to create the organization over here. So let's do that. Okay. So if you want to see the URL where I've kept it, it is saved in the environment globals. So this is the URL. This is the FHIR service we have created, and we are creating the um, data to the FHIR server. Correct. So let's create some I'll show something interesting now. It's the hemoglobin data in the FHIR. Okay, so I'll just take some time. No. Okay, you can see it. We have created one organization, and there I'm creating one observation. So this is the hemoglobin example, guys. So you can see here which patient I'm going to create. This name is Amy Shaw, and what is the value quantity they have got? They have got is 17.0 G/dl. And what is the references? You must have seen in your biochemistry analyzer report, right? So this is the range 16.5 to 21.5, correct? So this is where, see here how the FHIR saves your reference range and your value quantity over there, right? So uh, you can see this is your value, and this is the reference range we are having, right? So, and what it says, it is the normal range, okay. I'll just create it, and here you go. You have created one observation data which explains about the hemoglobin values in your body, correct? So this is how we can create the multiple nodes we are having. You can see, I'll show something interesting again. 1 minute. See, we are having data for sample data for all the nodes, like patient, practitioner, care team, device, organization, location, clinical data, diagnostic data, medications data, workflow, what we if we want to create some workflow, and then financial, like claims, account, invoice, charge item. So this is what we are having. And already I have shown that how easy to create the patient data, how easy to create the observation data in, right? So now I'll do the export part. Okay, okay, fine. So now for doing the export, just click on configure export, and you select your storage account, and that's it. You are good to go for the export also, right? So for export also, we need to call one API, and it will say you that your export operation has been accepted, and after some time your export operation will be completed also, or if it is in progress, then it will come in the headers. Let me show you in the very clean way. Okay, so export, here we are having an export, and you can see, um, I'm just calling it. See, it has been accepted, and you can check your status using this particular URL. In body you will not get anything, you will just get 2202 accepted, and in headers you will get the content location. Where is the content location? I must show you in the Azure portal also, like where it is coming. Okay, so let me show you there. Okay, so it is something, sorry, this is the blob we are having. You can go to the containers, and you can see the export 21773, right? And I have already exported this export 1 and export 3. Let's see what it comes over here. You can see export 21773, correct? So this is what we are having the data about the patient, what all the details we are having in this particular system for that particular patient. We all will have that data. Okay, so let's see here what is inside. see, see here how many datas, how many files they have created in the uh, container. Okay, so this many data we are having there. Okay, so just you can see here um, how the data looks like. Okay, you can see this all data, and just imagine it is getting shared between pairs to pairs, and they can the patient can avail the better facilities between with another pair, or if there is good facility in pair one, then there is no problem, right? So if a patient wants to avail the another pair facility, then it is very easy to avail that, right? If it is data is being shared between one pair to another pair, right? Let's say this data some doctors needs, then it is very easy to share it between the hospitals to hospitals, hospitals to labs, labs to pharmacy. It is very much easy to share the data, right? So this is what all about, guys, the export operations in the FHIR. Now I will talk about the convert FHIR. Okay. So I might go to the next slide. So this is already I have talked about what is peer-to-peer data exchange API. This is nothing but the export. So again, if you are having the seamlessly data exchange between two systems, then you are having better member experience. It will reduce your cost. There will be a good transparency between payers and patient, payers to payers, and payers to labs, payers to any hospitals, correct? So this is what interoperability does for us, correct? Now, so the second is the convert data. Now we are having multiple source of data. Let's say we are getting data from labs, we are getting data from insurance, then we are getting data from hospitals, pharmacy. Then we are having multiple formats of data. But in US we have recognized three types of data, which is a JSON, CCDA, and CCDA and HL7, right? In nothing but it is ADTs. Okay, so let's go to that particular API and see it like how it looks like. Okay. So for convert API is also it is very easy to do that over here. Let's say um, Mr. Ravi has shown some ADT sample, right? This is what the ADT looks like, right? So what is the patient PID? This is the patient information, right? This is the name of the patient. This is the MRN ID of the patient. So this is what, like, you have to read the data in terms of technical if you are doing that. So and convert it. So how it is getting converted? It actually in between there is some liquid engine who does for us this one. So I'll show where what is the template I'm using over here. I can say, you can see here the template. This is the default template what Microsoft FHIR provides us to convert it. Okay, so Microsoft Health / FHIR convert :default. Okay, and the root template I'm using ADT01. Okay, so this is what we are having the input data. This particular data will get converted to the this FHIR. So let's send it. It may take time. Oh, it is done. So it is actually converting data in the bundle format. You can see all the whatever data it is there, it will create in the multiple resources of the FHIR APIs. Okay, so you can say this is the provenance data, and this is the organization data. Again, organization, this is the patient details. You can see here I already said like what is this particular data. This is the MRN data, right? So you can see here this is the MRN data, right? So it is happening like that, guys. See, this is the name. Sorry, not name. This is the name, Joanna Chelsea. Okay, so this is what we are having over here, right? So this is what about the convert data, guys. So if you want to see in your local, like how data is getting converted, and how I want to see the like locally, that how data is getting converted and how liquid engine looks like, how CCDA looks like. So I'm going to show this right away. Okay. So see, this is the there is a very simple 4 or 5 steps you need to do for creating the FHIR conversion from the ADT from the CCD. Okay, so first of all, we need to create one Azure container um, registry in your portal, and you need to log in over here. So I hope I'll just show how to create it. So you are having the container registry, just click on create, and you just give your resource group name, in registry name, you give your reasons, and what SKU you want. You can select it, right? So you just click on review plus create. It will validate your details, and it will just create your Azure container registry, correct? So whenever it is creating, after finishing of the container registry, we need to log into the in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so let's go to the Visual Studio Code. So how to log in? First of all, you need to install the FHIR connector over here. So FHIR connector extensions, you can um, FHIR converter over here, and this is the um, FHIR converter we are having over here. And you have to install this, and then you have to uh, you have to you have to just use this particular FHIR converter extensions. um, just FHIR converter login to Azure container registry, and you need to just give your Azure container registry URL. So where you will get the URL, it will be available in the your container registry. So this is what I have created. This is what you have to use over there. Okay, so um, just a minute. And here you have to do and press enter. Since I have logged in already, so it will easily it I can show it under steps of it. Okay, so we are having the in the command called pull sample templates, pull sample data, and then create a workspace. So when you do that pull sample templates, it will ask you for the what type of data you need. So data is needed as CCDA, HL7 version 2, or JSON. So these are the three types of data we are having over here. Okay, so so this is what you have to use. Let's say you are selecting the CCDA, then it will ask what template version do you need. So it is needed a version 5.1. Okay, so so I'm selecting version 5.1. Then it will ask for the um, any root, whatever the output folder you want to download, it will download that. So let me show you that how it looks like. I have downloaded already. Okay, so this is our FHIR workspace, where we have downloaded the HL7 datas, and where we have downloaded the templates, which is this templates, and the template HL7 and template JSON. Okay, so this is what we are having over here, and I have downloaded the sample data, which is CCDA data it is, and the ADT data it is, and the JSON data it is. Okay, so this is what you will have it, and then when you will create the converter workspace, then it is going to create it like this. You will give the name geeky demo dot fire converter. I have created one for CCD and one for ADTs. Okay, so it is like that. So I'll just um, then then the UI will look like, in the Visual Studio Code, you are having all the liquid engines, you are having all the CCDS file, and 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 things, right? So let's select this CCD liquid. I'm selecting for the file converter select as template. So I'm selecting CCD dot liquid as a liquid engine, and I'm selecting uh, uh, this particular amb underscore cc data as a data. Okay, and then I will just convert it. Okay, fire convert. So it will just convert that your fire. Okay, so this is the fire JSON we are having, and this is the liquid engine looks like what all the sections you are going to use, whatever we have written over here, ccd dot liquid, the section pair you need, section nutrition you need, mental status, medical equipment, these all are the sections of the resources. Okay, so these all the resources will get converted. If we will not write it, then it will not get converted. Correct. So this is our hurt, this is our analyzer, like how it analyzes our ccd data or adt data. So it depends on this liquid engine how it converts. Okay, so this is all about the data, like how we are converting the data over here. And then I already explained about the how it does, like this is the input, and in between, sorry, in between liquid engine comes, and then it converts to the output data. Okay, so this is it from my side.